Hello, beautiful people. This is the first time I did a premiere. and most of the time, I was really just sitting here and meditating. There's a lot. I have text messages that I sent to myself over the course of the last couple of days. Patreon gang, you guys are going to get some content dump, but I am going to reference my phone, and it's because I text myself. Hi, guys. Happy Monday. All right. Now, I do want to kind of address a particular energy. It seems very strong. So, happy Leo season. All right. Leo season, also being represented by the sun, is really triggering the moon at this time and everything that the moon has hidden. So, the moon is coming to like this fullness. And it's triggering, but it's also very encouraging. Now, the 8-8 portal traditionally in our community, the tarot community, has been seen as a very romantic, associated with the masculine, feminine energy. And for the longest, I struggled to connect to that energy, and it was because I wasn't close to going through this portal. As I get closer and able to go through it, Angel Gang, I'm getting a little bit more clear. And when it comes to the masculine, feminine energy being in separation and this portal being a reflection of that union energy between them, no, this journey wasn't all about union. But I want to talk a little bit about evolution for a second, okay? Spiritual evolution and how that translates to the 3D. So essentially, masculine and feminine were together, and even within you. And they reached a plateau. They got into conflict. So therefore, this conflict, because this 8-8 portal is going to trigger a very archaic conflict between the masculine and feminine energy that stopped the unions, whether you're in a relationship or not. Because there's many people who are in relationships with people they truly love, and they struggle to have the union that it is that they seek. And they hold on to the relationship because they know, should they heal this blockage intuitively, they know the only issue is this conflict. The problem is why it's so hard to overcome it. This is what the divine's trying to communicate, is that this was inherited to you. You understand? This is an archaic conflict between the masculine and feminine energy that served as a blockage, and they each individually had to evolve, which is why separation is pivotal to the evolution of the tribe. And we talked about this before in this channel. If the tribe, if the whole is struggling to evolve, whether this is a friendship, a family, a group, an organization, it doesn't matter. The universe is always going to promote separation. From my understanding, this is just my perspective I'm sharing with you guys, okay? And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has it, but I'm just communicating from self. And I feel like that's what happened with the masculine and feminine energy. The union wasn't evolving. The whole, the family network wasn't evolving. So the conflicts that were arising are archaic because that's where the plateau occurred, and which is why the universe promoted separation. Through separation, the individual has evolved. Now, this is where the black sheep comes in. The black sheep in the family was brought in to support evolution. That's why, as black sheep, you never fit in because you weren't designed to. You understand? The separation was pivotal for the evolution. Your independence, your lonely journey was pivotal for evolution. So now, by nature, you evolve to certain points, because this is an ebb and a flow. I don't think this ever stops. I mean, maybe in this lifetime, yeah, but in 1,000 years, I'm sure this separation will occur again. And will individually evolve. Boom. the universe brings us back together, then the whole evolves. It reaches a plateau, boom, it separates, goes into the individuals evolve, and then they come back. Sorry, I should have done it like this. Like this, the whole, individual, separation, evolve. Nature, gravity brings back the whole. The whole now evolves because the individuals did. You understand? And then the individuals continue to evolve and ascend in the whole. When that stops, boom, is when the separation occurs, from my opinion. So this portal is actually a reflection of union, but that's why there's so much 555 energy, okay, nonstop everywhere. And it's because of this archaic conflict that the collective has been ascending from. This is why there had to be ego death, surrender. All of these things that we hadn't learned were reasons why the conflicts that we were kept repeating over and over and over. You couldn't run from it because in the spiritual journey, we plateaued. So surrender, all of these initiations, you're either going to learn it with the whole or you're going to learn it individually. So I don't believe that everything you learn individually applies to everyone. Some people learn surrender. Some people learn certain things in their actual unions, active relationships, whether platonic, romantic, family, it doesn't even matter. Right? But the point is we're going to get it. We're going to evolve. And I love, and evolution, this is my idea of evolution. And I believe the black sheep do this. So this 5-5 energy is going to trigger this conflict collective. Some of you guys are being haunted by people you have conflict with. And the reason why you're haunted by them in particular is because they are a reflection of this archaic conflict between masculine, feminine energy. You've seen it in your parents. You could have had it with your brother, your sister. You could have, it's archaic. So to finally, who knows how long you've been out of union, whether in a relationship or not. You could talk to your parents every day and still not be as close to them as you could be. You could sleep beside your partner, have 4 kids and still not be as close as was divinely guided for the masculine and feminine to evolve to be. We were meant to be closer than we ever have. The kind of unions that are coming in are a reflection of evolution. And as human beings, where we're going, how much more we can love, how much more we can do from love, how much further and more solid the unit can be, impenetrable of the lower vibrations we all individually had to learn to ascend from. And if we can't do it as a whole, we're going to do it in separation. And that's why I believe many of us were triggered into it. And I believe that this portal is actually now pulling. It's just pulling. It's no different than the universe pulled out of union when necessary, pulled us out of union. The universe is bringing back in union so hard with everything. Because this 8-8 portal is not just about romance for us, okay? But I'm starting the reading off with this because the divine masculine and feminine, we're in August. This is Leo season. This is represented by the sun. You understand? And I'm pretty sure, the sun. Okay, and the sun is triggering the moon. What's hidden, and a lot of what is hidden and dormant is this conflict. What a lot of people are not aware of is that this conflict that is repetitive in your life was repetitive in your parents and your parents' parents. Some of you guys don't know that you see that your parents aren't good, and it's because that either of them had a divine partnership that didn't work out, that they couldn't overcome the conflict, which caused separation, and they ended up settling with your mom or your dad. And that's why you never really saw that kind of real love growing up, because neither of them believed in it and picked a different path. Doesn't mean they don't have love. Doesn't mean that they are in a successful relationship, but the vibration that only maybe the children would understand because they were raised by it and they always grow up seeking love outside of what they. I hope you understand where I'm trying to go with this. That was deep. I don't have my glasses, and I felt like it was, and then I kind of It went a little too deep, and I just, not deep in a bad way, I just kind of got lost in what I was saying, channeling or whatever. Okay, so this is a very intense time for unions. It doesn't matter what decks I pick up, the Two of Cups, the Lovers, the fucking the burden surrounding the Ten of Cups energy, which is the family unit, right? This burden of, and this is why for many of you, you're being haunted by people you have conflicts with, because you're being asked to have compassion. Some of you guys don't, and I'm not judging. The divine wanted me to make sure I said that because of my own issues and lack of compassion. Like I posted in the community board, like that whole new Future track, and somebody booked it that it's the cover of that song is the Hangman. I'm like, you guys are so deep. I know I should have replied to the comments and actually said that, but I was busy and I just glanced at them quick. But it's there's these karmic masculines that are all snot crying because they essentially, it's like the Tiana Taylor and the Sierra story, right? They get dogged out publicly by some dude, you know what I mean? Abandoned, treated like shit, and then they have the biggest fucking come up ever and end up being publicly admired for the beautiful relationship that they have. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the karma for me, right? But it's the lack of compassion for the divine that they can't seem to get over, and that Anubis keeps saying this isn't going to work for us, right? But anyways, I'm just being transparent with you that whatever I'm channeling is not below me. Okay, definitely not. Some of what I'm channeling is a couple months down. But let's pray, because I'm pretty sure we haven't. Did we pray? No, probably not at 11 minutes. I can't spell. Yeah, either can I very well. Shadow games. Oh, that reminds me. Oh my gosh, I had to do a shout out to the shadow. My higher self wanted to take time out to congratulate the shadow, our shadows, the shadows that have been on this ascension journey. We've been actively working on the shadow for at least 3 years consciously. And our shadows have gone from hating us to screaming at us, telling us horrible things, doubting us, fucking holding us back, blocking us from greatness, to being excited about the transformation and the journey ahead and ascension. Like it's night or day, it's night and day. It's like, it's so crazy, because also what this portal is a reflection of, collective, is you being in full union with your soul. So there is an intense excitement, some nervousness, but intense excitement, because all parts of your soul are excited about, because on the other side of this portal is a completely new beginning. Okay? That's what it is. Lots of lessons, growth. It's a new karmic cycle. Right? But your shadow was never invited. You were always trying to make it through that portal without your shadow. So your shadow, there was always a part of your soul that was never really excited about this shit and was always like, it's a crock of shit or bullshit, or I don't give a fuck, because it knew it wasn't invited. It knew you were trying to move on away from it. This is your own shadow. And you came, we did the hard work, especially over this past year, to love ourselves unconditionally. And our shadows give us a hard fucking time. But you're not hiding it. You're not locking it away. You are accountable for it. You face it and you've integrated it. So you are a multi-dimensional soul now, going through into a new dimension. This is what this portal is. You understand? Some people were saying, you know, the readings that we're doing, like, were like fairy tale. And I was like, oh my God, collective, people are going to think your life is a fairy tale. And it's really sad, because that's just really a reflection more of them, right? And how far away they actually see themselves from their goals, dreams, and aspirations. People are living their dreams because they actually see them as practical realities, not as fantasies. Change your mind. We did so much work. Okay. Aquarius season, Aquarius energy. We did so much work on the cognitive aspect of the mind and our manifestations and all this shit. So Really be cognizant about how you're looking at things if you're really struggling to manifest, and these readings are triggering you, because collective, I'll be really honest, your new beginnings, they trigger people. Some of them, it triggers them into their own expansion. Other people, it triggers them into a lower vibrational jealous energy, which we talked about the Empress not giving a fuck about, or the Emperor, the Emperor definitely doesn't give a shit about. Don't be jealous of the Emperor. The Emperor is just gonna, it's just gonna make the Emperor's head bigger. But shit. Somebody, this is somebody in particular, because what I was channeling was that somebody is triggered so badly that they do something from a low vibration that they regret. And I don't feel like you need to be careful, because I feel like the energy of be careful is towards the person who needs to compose themselves. If they have to be aware of what they're being triggered by, because somebody is, this is like a lashing, a severe lashing out. The problem is so within, so without, right? So the way that this person is lashing out, the universe is going to lash back out at them. And I honestly don't believe that this has anything to do with the person who's being lashed at. I don't even, there's something energetically disconnected, because this 8-8 portal is actually going to bring a lot of separation energy. Okay. And I don't believe it's to the collective I'm reading for. I believe it's to many of the people that were in your life that you believed were a representation of union energy, i.e., a bunch of these married people, married under the old infrastructure and married as a form of some kind of status, meaning shaming other people. Meaning a woman or a man is less than because they aren't married or something like this. They are all going through divorces. It's going to be like a trend. And the people that they shamed are going into unions because they evolved. The old archetype that's failing. Society is evolving. So if your union is a reflection of the patriarchy and you don't ascend it, society is going to ascend past you. So society now supports these patriarchal relationships. But society is ascending. So soon society isn't even going to support some of these unions. They're the old archetype. They're reflections of these old archaic. That's why I'm trying to say this lack of union energy isn't just with single people. It's people in relationships as well. And they can relate it to their parents or their parents' parents. It's ancestral. Okay. Okay. Did we pray now? Sorry. I'm in and out. I feel like I'm in and out of consciousness. We didn't pray, right? Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guardian Angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective, all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guardian Angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. Okay, this is really interesting. We're going to read this. This is the first card, an angel, because I've got this, the Karma Angels, and one card out of this deck popped out during the prayer. So we're going to start the reading off with this oracle card, okay? It's Shahia, number 6. Or Shahiaya, or Shahaya. Okay. Number 6, health helper, one who heals, an angel who works to bring good health and longevity within your life. Focus on his energy when you feel de-energized and lack motivation to go on. It is saying reconnect with the original source. You are protected by this power. Challenge pacing your own energy and lesson knowing when to stop. I personally feel like this because pacing your energy is moving fast. Knowing when to stop is the polar opposite of that. So I feel like this is about coming to some kind of middle. This is about pacing yourself truly. Some of you guys are feeling de-energized. We'll see more about what this has to do with. We'll start with tarot. This is strange to me. If you really look at the close details of this card, look at the eyes. One angel's looking at the one in the front. Both of them are looking at the one in the front, but this angel is pointing to this one on the side. I don't know why I felt drawn to that. I don't know what it means, but I felt drawn to that. There's nuances, there's details in that card because I didn't really get anything off of it when I pulled it. So I don't know what this means yet. One who heals. Oh, it's the conflict. That could be about this conflict energy too. Lack of motivation, which is funny because a big energy that I was getting is that this wait no more energy actually has to do with you. And I know that you guys saw it in the title and thought, ooh, I don't have to wait anymore. Something's coming to me. Well, for some of you, something is, and it's very third dimensional. You could have been waiting for something to be approved. You could have been waiting for something to come in that you're consciously aware of. Something like that. But the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Moon in reverse and the Creator, which is no. It says no at the bottom of the card. Remember we said the Sun was triggering the Moon. What was I just saying? There's just so much, man. So much information. Hold on. You guys still with me? I can barely see. But yeah, this wait no more energy. This actually has to do with you. And you're not waiting anymore. You aren't delaying yourself. And some of you guys are doing this internally. You actually became consciously aware of where you were blocking yourself from your own manifestations, where you were blocking yourself from the union that you seek with your partner, or from the abundance that it is that you want, or for the reality that you desire. Because if you truly start believing in a new reality, your actions, it's like wherever your head goes, your body will lead. It's like that with your mind. You set your mind a certain way, your actions will naturally just start moving in that direction. Right? But some of you, your actions are still a reflection of what you don't believe in. And for some of you, it's no action at all. Your lack of faith and belief in a new reality is stopping you from taking any action. So I see that for many of you, the work that you did this past week actually is triggering you to take action. So where you thought you could do nothing and there were no options for you and you were waiting for the universe, you changed your mindset and now there's options and now there's things you can do and now you feel motivated, all because of your switch in your mind. Okay, so there was that. So the FOMO energy is stemming off of this wait no more energy. It's like, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to be on the sidelines anymore. I don't want to let no more time go by where I am not doing what I think I can do to try to make my dreams a reality, no matter how hard it is to believe that I can actually achieve that, actually live that way, actually have that, whatever. This is the work that we're doing that's bringing the massive change between now and the end of the year. So if you look at the last reading I did for the end of the year, it was some like year-end reading at 2021. That's for this year. For the collective I read for. For many of you, it could have been last year, but I believe it's actually this year. Some of you guys, okay, that are struggling to manifest, some of you guys, it's not even really a big struggle. You're just kind of more in this seeking and yearning energy. You're going to be brought a certain level of conscious awareness because essentially you become open, and the universe is going to bring you in experiences that are going to help you know what it is that you want. So again, don't talk about what it is that you don't want. Talk about what it is that you do. So imagine that deli counters thing that we were talking about in the last reading. So you went to the deli counter and you finally said, you know what? I do know what I want. Okay. I'm going to get the fucking chicken salad and I'm going to get lettuce and mayo on it. There's going to be some kind of experience, i.e., you see somebody come sit beside you and they bring their sub, and their sub's got fucking jalapenos, spinach, fucking sriracha, all this shit. And now you're looking at your sandwich and you're like, what? So there's an experience. So there's a process here surrounding your manifestation. There is a change. It's like you expand, you start to learn really what it is that you want because of something that comes in. And I feel like, again, there is no focus on this experience. Isn't going to get you to put a focus on what you don't want. Whatever this is, it gets you to furthermore ground yourself and become clear here where it all begins about what you actually want, which is going to really expedite this coming in. So this portal could actually mark this experience, which then, boom, allows you to go through the portal because you become more clear. There's two things. You have to lighten the load here and you have to be clear here, from what I understand about manifesting and how it works for me. You got to know what you want. So I see the collective finally saying what they want, placing their order, going through some experiences and realizing, wait a minute, this could be a lot better. And then going back to the counter and getting all the fixins. Everything. You want everything now. Now you're being annoying and the person's like, oh my God, you're greedy. Get out of the line. There's a line. Okay. 3 of Pentacles, success, talent. That's a new opportunity. That's a new contract too. This is what's hidden. It's there. You just can't see it. I don't know what that means. The world. This is what we want. This is what we've been tapping into. The world, this is the successful completion energy. And then I personally believe this actually has to do with the unions, the actual like divine partnership unions. Okay, because I feel like this is part of why they're able to come back together, because they've each individually evolved and are in a high vibration and are aware of that. But I still am not understanding why the moon and the 9 of cups, it came out in reverse and I want to take it that way. I just don't know why. And then with the creator saying no. No to what? No to what? Please, Emperor in reverse. So now we have the moon in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, and the 9 of cups in reverse. And I remember we did a reading about how it was actually the other way around, and the feminine was the sun and the masculine was the moon. Either way, the moon and the sun are both of masculine and feminine energies. But right now, the masculine energy is in the moon energy and the feminine energy is in the sun. So feminine energy is having a lot, Leo energy is putting a lot of pull on the feminine energy to really be out on display, have confidence, be sure, and in everything the feminine energy has done and accomplished in your life, and everything that the feminine energy has done to progress you forward in this ascension journey. And then here with the moon, The moon is in reverse, which means that something's getting revealed. Remember when I said at the beginning of the reading that Leo season sun energy is triggering the moon at this time, and as we see, the moon is very triggered because it's in reverse. So it's brighter than it's ever been. It's mirroring the sun. Right now, like if you take the dark drawing away, like the sun and the moon, it's mirroring it fully. But now but why is the Emperor in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse? With success and the world. It's ambivalent energy. It could be two separate actual messages though. If they don't have anything to do with each other, this could just be polaring energies. What's being revealed is that somebody is not in wish fulfillment. Like I said, this 8-8 portal is actually going to mark for many people the separation, where for other people, it's going to mark a union energy. Other people it's going to mark a separation energy. It's the laws of the universe. It's the polarities. So that's what I'm seeing here. This is the union energy. That's a reflection of the individual evolution, meaning these people already experience separation in their evolution process. Like I said, we all have, because we do this over and over and over again, I personally believe. And then these are the people that are coming out of union, because the moon reveals that this isn't wish fulfillment and that this isn't stable and this is not what is being projected. This could also be like somebody who's in some kind of power. So the Emperor in reverse is a very dangerous person in the 3D. This is somebody who has a lot of power and can use it in very, very low vibrational ways. Very oppressive. There's a heavy darkness associated with this Emperor. Okay. The problem is if it's the Emperor, whether it's upright or reverse, this person has a certain level of skill and ability, which could make somebody believe that they were a lot more gentle and supportive. Because I feel like if this, I'm getting some energy now that this Emperor in reverse that's being revealed to some of you right now by the Creator, because you said to the Creator this was the Emperor, and the Creator said, no, it's not. You said to the Creator that this person was a good leader, that this person was this, that, and the third, and the Creator said, no, it's not. You might not have believed the Creator. The Creator is going to show you that now, because when the way this person presented themselves, they were all these things. But the universe was trying to tell you, no, not negoso. So now the moon, the Creator's using the moon in reverse, the sun to trigger the moon to come in reverse and reveal this to you. That's what I believe. So this 8-8 portal is so fucking triggering in so many ways. But with regards to there's this, that's what I'm trying to say. There's this masculine. Also, I feel like there's another masculine, the true divine masculine, the Emperor upright that's showing up as the 3 of Pentacles, is actually validating and protecting the divine feminine energy that was subject to this Emperor in reverse somehow, some way. This divine masculine energy is not saving this feminine. As you can see, divine feminine has already reached a successful completion and has freed herself and liberated herself, he or she, some way. Okay, but there is a validation, a support, almost like divine feminine doesn't have to be challenged. So if something ever were to happen, like this will never happen again. This will never happen again, I hear divine masculine saying. And I hear divine feminine saying, I already know. So there is an evolution between the masculine and feminine energy that is going to be experienced in union, in direct union. And but the only way this can occur is to actually go through the conflict. This is a conflict that your parents couldn't get over. Your parents' parents couldn't get over. That brought the demise of many relationships, or for some of you, your parents settled and stayed with those relationships, but you never saw them hug, kiss, because they didn't have union energy, even though they laid in the same bed and stayed in the same home, because there was a conflict that they chose not to deal with. So some people hide the conflict and just go go without the union they seek and just sacrifice and sit in the codependency, other people, it dissolves the relationships. They can never ground themselves in them. Thank you guys for the donations. I've been a little bit, I haven't looked at the comments and all. I'm really just channeling. It's a lot of information. Shout out to Patreon gang where we work through this. But yes, it's only 5. I have to go pee. I want to take a break because I've been drinking a lot of water ever since I came back from Jamaica. I can't seem to get enough water because it's just like what, like the mineral content in the water I was drinking was the best of the best, and I'm in withdrawal of it. All right, do you? It's okay. When I have to pee too bad, I'll stop. My brain will stop functioning. Is there any more out of this deck? It's the King of Swords in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, and the King of Swords in reverse. Oh my God. I have to read this another way because outside of this person being very dangerous, this is, I have to read it another way. There has to be another way to perceive this because the dominant energy that I'm tapping into is a very dangerous individual. Anybody who reads tarot already knows the Emperor in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse, and the rest of the deck is upright. There's judgment. There's judgment being brought upon this person. Creator just needed people to stop believing more in this person than in God. That's what I just heard. Because the Creator had been saying no. The Creator I'm getting that the Creator tried to tell you about somebody. And it's going to be revealed to you. There's an awakening and an acceptance with that awakening. The moon brings an awakening. That's information that comes into you that is revealed about a very toxic, dangerous person and why you did the right thing leaving or why you need to make this decision now. Some of you finally leave like a severely abusive relationship. This you stripping down naked is you saying, I have nothing to lose. And then you have completion. But the reason why this is so deep is because some of you really believe, or some of you know this person would kill you. I'm tapping into an incredibly abusive relationship with this Emperor in reverse, but somebody leaves it. And there's nothing I can say in this reading, and I can't go into depths to really be able to like express to people how brave you are, because I can feel the fear. You're not the only one afraid of this man. This could be a woman. If this is a woman, she is worse. She has no feminine energy. I don't care what her tits or ass looks like. This bitch is fucking dead inside, and not a little. Thank you for the donation. Either way, this person really believes that this person will follow through, and they don't. Something happens. I personally don't believe you're the only one afraid or abused by this person. Some of you, this person comes under some kind of judgment, and you're shocked because some of you guys, you're just trying to get away. There's somebody else who's coming down on this person. I feel like I'm talking to the person who isn't trying to like bring justice and take down this Emperor in reverse. They're just trying to get the fuck away from the Emperor, King of Swords in reverse. But there's somebody who's trying to take down this exact same person. So it's almost like it's going to look to you like the universe handled it. Somebody isn't letting up. I think it could be another masculine. There's a masculine who knows something about this Emperor that can get them to lose a lot of respect, power, has some kind of proof. I don't know. I want to move off of that now. The fuck? Yeah, Two of Pentacles and the Magician. pure action, skill, and power. This is what I was trying to say. Some of you guys, this waiting energy, because for some of you guys, you're waiting for things that only the universe can give you. But remember, it's so within, so without. So there are certain things that you're waiting on that the universe is waiting on you to execute. They're like, get it started, initiate the path. You want us to reveal something on a path that you haven't stepped on yet. As you progress on this path, things will be revealed to you. You'll get these manifestations. They're already there should you choose. And many of you guys were not choosing because you didn't believe the path was any better than the darkness you had already experienced, the bullshit you had already experienced. So I see you guys picking this path, i.e. choosing to manifest, believe in your manifestation. The harmony energy, look at the magician and the harmony also being a reflection of the union between the masculine and the feminine that the universe itself is trying to bring, because I genuinely believe that's the natural law. Union, separation, evolution. Union, evolution, separation, evolution, union. You get what I'm trying to say? And we have balance here. I believe this is union energy. I believe that collective, you're going to have the compassion necessary to, you have evolved, you have the perspective, you have the compassion, you have and not the fake one without your shadow. Okay, the real one with shadow in fucking tow. Okay, you have the skills required to dead an ancient, archaic conflict that stops the your 10 of pentacles from coming together like one. And it's archaic. Where for others, their lack of evolution has shown through the bloodline. So the toxicity in every relationship and every family, it just continued. It spread like wildfire. They are coming out of union. So pure divorce is devout. And you better not shame them like they shamed us collective. Because the fact of the matter is those separations are a reflection of evolution. They are guided to do that. And they're going to be guided through that journey no different than we. This is about us really making it out of the pits of fucking hell. This is about us evolving to have everything we want and more. Our ancestors who were living in the fucking bush, you understand? We had to evolve into this matrix so that we could gain the tools necessary to go back to the bush and have the best fucking, do you know how evolved our bush life is going to be compared to 1,000 years ago because of us evolving into this fucking hellhole matrix fucking system? When we reintegrate ourselves and allow ourselves to go back through the portal, out of the firmament and back into the fucking real show, do you know how sick it's going to be? Jeez, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to visit you guys on your compounds and ATV around and do fires and like, you know, tap trees and like do all that shit. And a farm and all that. Okay? Going back to Yad, don't even talk to me about Yad, okay? Because I was so shocked. My friend told me that there are 14 different stores in my parish, Savlamar alone, that sells frankincense. I'm like, what? Next time I'm not bringing anything, okay, other than frankincense. Who needs clothes? A bitch has no qualms about wearing an outfit for a couple days. And you know Jamaica has fashion, so I'm going to be shopping down there. But it got expensive, so there was no shopping this time. I was just like, whoa. Some new times we're in, new times. But it's a really good sign for Jamaica. That means it's a budding economy, right? So as a tourist, no, it's not good. But as like a Jamaican citizen, it's popping. It's bubbling. It's a bit hard at first because it's just hard at first. But in the long run, it's good. Jamaica will be a very expensive place to go. All the islands will. But anyways, let's not get into the politics. Let's pull some Lenormand now. Thank you, Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors of God. I'm sorry, I have to pee. If I'm going to do Lenormand, I have to pee. Sorry, guys.
always gotta taste it, okay?
Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry. Well, not sorry, but you know what I mean. No, this is really that much. Okay, let's see what the Norman have to say, and then we'll pull from an Astro Codes like we usually do, and then we'll wrap, okay? Thank you to everyone who joined the live. Please like the live if you can. And for daily, weekly content, I say daily and weekly, but it's just extra content. I post it whenever I want to. You can go to Patreon.com/Queen Cup. For frankincense and myrrh, you can go to queencup.ca, which will soon be smudgealot.com, but we haven't officially launched it. I mean, you can go to smudgealot.com right now. It's just going to say it's under construction and redirect you back to, what do them call it? Queencup.ca. Thank you, Starboy. Always arriving late, or maybe always on time. I felt like I'm at my best friend's house. Where is the dog? Don't kill me, she's laying down. It's been hot. All right, the first two cards that came out is the oh my gosh. I know I call this I believe that this represents Anubis. It's the angel of death. Remember what I told you guys about the angel of death? If we look at death differently, then the angel of death is just a keeper of a portal. It didn't bring you there. You showed up to it. Okay? Energetically, karmically, whatever. And I personally believe that this is Anubis weighing our hearts, telling us, moving that sword back and saying, you can go. That's our heart, super light. A rose. I believe we make it. In this, in the Lenormand, it's number 10. That speaks of an ending within itself, but the skeeth is specifically about a sudden ending. And there's the collective showing up as a knight. And I believe collective, the getting on the other side of this portal is going to change you a lot. Like there's a lot of change that is going to come out of you in the next 2 years, which is going to change so much. Like you can't even look at that's why the divine doesn't even want you to look at your future, because you're going to have different eyes in a few years because of what this new timeline, what the other side of this portal does to you, what these new unions, what that actual union, we talk about union, but then we don't talk about anything after it. What do you think happens when you actually, after lifetimes, come into the actual union vibration? It changes you, collective. And that changes your reality, which we already know how this works. So within, so without. So there's a lot of change that's happening in you, collective. So there's a lot of change that's coming. That's a reflection of the mental change that's occurred. But then what comes in further changes you, collective. What happens in the 3D, the experiences that you are going to be going through over the next couple of weeks or months or whatever the case is. Okay? Some of you lost. I saw somebody say my husband died in March. Some of you guys lost. You didn't lose your divine partner. Some of you guys, you're so down that you weren't evolving, and your partner sacrificed to leave you so you could. Like when it comes to evolution and evolving your whole never changes. And all you're trying to do is evolve it so you can be happier and healthier and better off. You know? And I'm just, because the separation energy, it's almost like the devil's gotten all the credit. It's like, no, like the universe here, it's about the universe. It's about the yin and the yang. And I believe that union and separation, independence and coexistence they're identical in nature, just different in degree, but they both serve their purpose. but the goal is to evolve, and we're finna evolve whether we like it or not, says the universe. Okay, but anyways, this is somebody stepping into the unknown somehow, stepping out of poverty consciousness, taking a step out of this poor, unfortunate reality that it's like somebody has been doing this paradigm shift, and now they're about to step into the unknown, going from the knight to the king. That's really good. What's this unknown about? What the fuck? Oh, hell no. See, this is the triggering I was fucking talking about. Look at the Seven of Swords, Divine Feminine, the Seven of Swords, and the fucking, oh my gosh, collective. Okay, the karmic side. Your ancestors are in the ethers being like, oh my God, because they did the same thing too. Okay? They didn't choose an opportunity for healing. They said, this motherfucker can go fuck themselves. Okay? Like, or this could be somebody's child. I refuse to forgive them. This could be a father who refuses to talk to their daughter because their daughter didn't do what the father said they should do or take the path they said they should take. And now this father's on their fucking deathbed and is going to their daughter trying to communicate, or because this is about sharing the truth about a deception, sharing the truth about this lower vibration. This is it coming out. But then the Knight of Wands in this deck, it's the broom. You either gonna sweep this, you're either gonna, let this energy pass, or you're gonna get further the conflict. This is about what a divine feminine really is. It takes so much power and strength to have the compassion that is required from us collective to move forward from this fucking energy vibration and through the portal. So there's going to be some things that are revealed to you that are really fucked up. You have a choice. Are you going to have compassion for these people? No, they don't know what they do. Ask God to have mercy on their souls and just move forward, knowing that you already know that shit. You already knew that shit. You already knew those people were fucked up. You already knew that shit wasn't right. Maybe you didn't know the details, but whatever. Or are you gonna fucking beef these people? I feel like if you're in the divine feminine energy, it's because that's how you deal with this. Some of you, this is what, if you want to call yourself a divine feminine, from my guides to your ears, that's what I'm hearing. We have to learn how to do this to evolve the conflicts that you don't want to perpetuate this. If you're single collective and this is some past shit, you don't want to perpetuate this in your new relationship. This is an archaic conflict that comes out over and over and over again. It doesn't matter who you date or for how long, this conflict keeps arising because there has to be a difference. You have to break this cycle. And you guys all have your individual ways of knowing how to do it, but that's what I'm seeing here. What are you going to do, says the Knight of Wands. You're going to find out some shit, and I just don't think it's anything good. But it does free you somehow, because the Seven of Swords plus the Ace of Swords that's in the Divine Feminine card is the Eight of Swords. 7 plus Ace is 8. So I see you getting free up. Mentally, there's this mental entrapment that I feel like why you were trapped, collective, is because you knew this and you didn't have fucking proof. You're going to get proof about some fucked up shit your intuition was telling you. And I personally believe with the Five of Pentacles, this was a long time ago. It could be as long back as 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It doesn't even matter. Okay, but it was a long time ago. I'm getting 5 or 6 years, but time is an illusion, right? I'm getting a lot of time and space. You're finding out the fucking truth, and it's just, you already knew it. So it shouldn't matter. Stay in your power and don't numb yourself. Have compassion and be like, I ain't even mad, yo. It was some fucked up shit, some fucked up times. I was in my karmic energy. You motherfuckers were in your karmic energy. It is what it is. That kind of thing. I understand you were hurting. I understand what you're trying to say. Like there's an understanding and compassion that is required before you move forward into this union energy. This could be with the partner you've had for 10 years. You can go and divorce them, sure, but you're just going to come up against the same conflict, especially if this person is actually trying to work through this conflict with you and they are capable. So not pretending they're working it through with you, but they don't have any capability because they don't evolve themselves. The whole does not evolve if the individual does not. But that's not what the Emperor, King of Swords in reverse is going to tell you. The Emperor is going to tell you, you evolve if I evolve, so serve me. I don't even remember what I just said. That was strange. The energy's so strange. Bio 101. That, look at, this is an opportunity in the 3D to end this archaic fucking conflict, because you see yourself in the person, they see themselves in you, you understand each other. This is divine masculine and feminine. Really meeting each other where they're at, getting on the same page, putting each other in each other's shoes and having compassion for what that feels like when they do. This is hearing each other out. This is being open to each other's perspectives, open to each other's growth and development. These were all things that we didn't have before our bloodline experienced the separation energy. There's a lot that you've learned as an individual that is going to make your whole union experience feel very different. You didn't force it. You didn't force it. I heard you didn't force it. Yeah, don't force it, collective. Don't. And time is an illusion. Who cares about the 8-8? It doesn't even matter. Which somebody told me Monday falls on 8-8. I didn't plan that shit. Like, time is a total illusion. It's an energy vibration that this date is marking. That's all. Okay? But this is amazing. And there they are. Look at divine feminine and masculine working through the obstacles together instead of blaming each other, instead of expecting one person to do one thing and the other person do the other. They're both doing it together. The masculine isn't better suited for this. The masculine is realizing that if I want to go any further, I need to break out of the patriarchy because I need the divine feminine energy to be able to manifest outside of what I already have. Divine masculines, like, it's like a karmic masculine energy stepping into divinity. Part of why that karmic energy is stepping into divinity is because he understands the need for not just his own divine feminine energy, but an actual divine feminine, instead of degrading her to just being a fucking cook and a fucking surrogate. Shout out to the fucking patriarchy. Fuck it. The rats again. Oh my God. So, collective, I personally believe this actually had to do with one of the issues in the separation energy between the divine partners was the need to counsel other people. And this is somebody, I'm tapping into somebody here who heavily relies on the input of other people because of how they were raised and their experience. So if you were left to fend for yourself, all the mistakes you make as a child, which should be things that your parent is walking you through, get you to not really trust your decision-making skills because you're blaming yourself for things that of course you didn't know any better and would have to go through painful lessons to know any better, but you were a kid. Or for some of you, you were abused verbally in the sense of you were never really encouraged to see yourself. Like some of you, this is specific, somebody's mother thought very poorly of somebody's father and always called that person's father an idiot, and now it's passing on to the child. Like I'm tapping into a masculine who doesn't have confidence in his decision making, in his own intellect. He questions himself and his intellect. Meanwhile, before he goes to these people to ask them for their advice, his intuition tells him something. He ignores it because he needs them. He then takes these people's advice, takes action, and lives based on these people's advice. It doesn't work out. And guess what this motherfucker's saying to themselves? I fucking knew it. I knew I shouldn't have listened to these people. So this is somebody who's gone through a very painful karmic cycle of learning to listen to themselves, even if they were never encouraged to, even if see themselves as being smart, even if they were told they were dumb all the time. Really validate themselves for everything that they went through as a child and not beat themselves up because they didn't know better when, duh, obviously you wouldn't know better. You were a child. I don't know where this is coming in, but I heard myself say, duh, child. I don't know if I said that right. Like, tears coming up in a hostile house growing up. That just hit on point. Okay, I think I said it right. Headed out. Wow. Okay, there's just a lot of intense energy. I'm going to check the text messages before we pull from the astro codes. No, I think we got it. The rest of it I have to work out. And I do that on Patreon. So I'll work through certain things, and by next week we'll be talking about it. But yeah, man, what a time to be alive, right? Okay, but let's wrap up with an astro codes. Thank you to everyone who's joined the live. All right, I love you guys. If these current energies are not resonating with you, the entire library is not date or zodiac sign specific. Okay, it's canvassing land. For some people, their journey ends with what we're talking about now, or for others, it begins. It doesn't matter. It's canvassing land. It's not linear. I'm sorry. My energy is off the charts. Emotions are crazy. Oh, you're becoming alive. Congratulations. Really bringing tears to my eyes. You are killing. Sorry, I don't mean to. I shouldn't be sorry. If the divine triggered you, then that's what they did. Thank you so much, Angel. Thank you, guys. Cancer mother energy and cat full moon daddy energy. We are parenting, right? And that's with the masculine and feminine energy, because they weren't aware of all the dimensions of the soul. The masculine and feminine energy couldn't evolve the relationship because they couldn't tend to all the different parts of each other's soul. So there was always a part that felt like it couldn't be part of the union, felt lonely, felt like it wanted to get away from the union, even if the union was in its best interest, right? Now that you've come into full union with the rest of your soul, there's nothing that wants to pull out or pull away. All parts of you are active and conscious in a connection. That's deep. And I don't know if you had love like that or saw love like that, or how long it's been. I don't think you have. It's not about how long it's been. It's about evolution. You've never been here. And then what will happen is your bloodline will all get a chance to just incarnate and experience this and evolve it themselves. Okay. K and G. Oh, for those FOMO, I think you guys understand FOMO is fear of missing out. Somebody has a fear of missing out of an opportunity. I feel like they didn't ghost you, but they kind of put you on ice. You asked them to do something. You asked them to be a part of something. You could have showed some kind of interest. And it's not that they rejected you or said no. They just didn't really take it very seriously. And the reason why is because they were distracted. But the reason why they didn't ghost it or cut it off was because their intuition was telling them that there was something viable here, something felt attached. So there was a part of somebody's soul that was like, I like this person. I want what they have to offer, or I want to be a part of what they're offering me. But there were other parts of your soul that were into it. I see. I completely lost track of what I was saying. I don't know why. Oh, I looked down and I said, I read, sometimes meditation is just breathing in and out. Yeah, it's the breath. I'm talking too fast. You spoke of a dead fox. Okay, I wasn't. When? So true. The fox has been an archetype that has been haunting me for a long time, though. My father raised in the streets, same for me. Look what came out again. Second house resources, just in case you thought I was It's a lot of money, collective. It's a lot of abundance. It's a big opportunity. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Some opportunity. I forget you. I think I'm tired. Yeah, we're already past an hour. That's why. Let's read the second house, though. We have pulled it twice, and then I'm gonna fly. Thank you guys for joining and for sharing. You guys share a lot, and that helps people, man. People really read the comments and shit. I try to, but it's a lot on all the platforms. But you guys really make this channel multi-dimensional with the comment section alone. First, it's our chat. I feel like our chats are lit. And then, like, I literally go back to watch the video just so I could just be in the chats with you guys laughing and shit like that. I feel like I'm very connected to you. But in the comments, you guys share and are so vulnerable and open, and you help so many people. I swear, I'm not even being cheesy. It's not just my Cancerian mother energy. I'm being serious. Anyway, second house resources. If your chart were a village map, see your second house. Your second house would be your bank, museum, and warehouses. It symbolizes what you value, such as your body, your relationship to the material world. The second house also describes that phase of intimacy where you're just discovering that you have a body, toes, and fingers, and that you can taste and smell. This is very interesting. That part in particular about the second house describes that phase of intimacy where you're just discovering that you have bodies and toes, just discovering you have potential, just discovering you can manifest dreams and fantasies, which are practical realities to other people. You know what I mean? You're discovering now that you are capable. You're discovering now that that was an illusion, and it's liberating you so that you can really ground yourself in the reality and the truth. You know what I mean? Like, this discovering, I feel like it's a different way of looking at this second house energy outside of just the material world. Anyways, action. Explore how you feel about money. So many people on this, and we talked a lot about our relationship with money, which probably is why the second house is coming out now. Very much a reflection of what we are able to manifest in the second house because of our understanding and our healthier relationship with money and with the material world, right? So many people on the spiritual path have mixed feelings about money, their bodies, and possessions, drawn to abundance, and at the same time wrestling with guilt or discomfort around desire. This approach, avoidance, conflict around the material world, can make it hard to focus your efforts, and it may send out mixed signals, mixed messages, until the universe doesn't know how to respond to help you. We talked about the mixed messages that we were giving in the collective to the universe, which is why certain things weren't coming in. The second house asks you to build a clear and congruent message about your relationship to your resources that you can stand behind with integrity. Matter is our sacred vessel for spirit. Explore your attitude towards your first resources, your own body and sensuality. Look for the place of balance where you honor and respect your physical form, as well as the importance of the soul that inhabits it. Invest your energy towards what you value. This is where you can be a resource to others, and this is where you can get paid. Clean up your act in the material world, clean closets, pay bills, deal with other practical things that might appear mundane, but can be a sacred act of aligning the soul to the surroundings. Integrity creates a welcoming ground for bounty. Come up with a clear, integrated message to radiate out, then back that up with action. Which is why the weight is no longer. You're ready to back up what you're radiating and what you're tapping into with action, what you want with action. Challenge. What you see is not all there is. If you are, which the sun is triggering the moon to reveal. The sun's looking at the moon being like, these people don't know you're hiding all this. And the moon's like, I know. So the sun during Leo season is going to trigger the moon to show what's behind its back. What do you got there, moon? That you've been holding on to for how long, and the moon's just there like, what the fuck, son? Like, but I actually more think for most people, at least that I read for, that the moon, the sun is actually helping the moon do something it wants to do. Okay. Anyways, explore your attitude towards your first resource, your own body and sensuality. Look for that place of balance where you honor and respect your physical form, as well as the importance of the soul that inhabits it. Invest your energy towards what you value. This is where you can be a resource to others, and this is where you can get paid. Oh, sorry, I read all that already. Challenge. What you see is not always there, and your skills and resources and your interests can be sacred if you make an offering of your intention and engage your work for benefit of all sentient beings. And your interests can all be sacred if you make an offering of your intention and engage your work for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay. I'm going to wrap up now. I'm tired. All right, guys. I love you guys. I feel like the energy is really, really strong. And I'm doing the best I can to support you and try to like acknowledge what you guys are feeling and going through and stuff. But it is an intense time, but you guys have all the skills and resources that you've acquired throughout your karmic journey to weather what it is that you are going through. And it's not just a storm. You know, it can be intense heat from the sun. Right? It's still intense, but it's just a different feeling, right? If that makes sense. Storms are intense, yes, but so is the heat of the sun, and the intensity that I feel is the heat of the sun. Shout out to Leo gang. It is Leo season, which represents the strength card and the sun card. So this is these energies are going to be prominent in your life. Go look them up. Go look up the sun card. Go look up the strength card and watch Leo readings, especially if people still, you know, I mean, I don't really look at it that way, but Leo, you're all the signs, right? So Leo energy is affecting you. It's impacting you right now. All of the tarot archetypes associated them will give you clues as to what this season is trying to invoke and help you with. So enjoy the week, guys. And until the next time I see you, keep letting your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.